Call halal, Yahal Bashim Yahavashai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. To the Akwat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000 and one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the WW3 Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you as well. Jeremiah 51 and 46, unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Let's read that in the NLT. But do not panic. Do not be afraid when you hear the first rumor of approaching forces. See that? About war. For rumors will keep coming year by year. Violence will erupt in the land as leaders fight against each other. Going into World War III at this point in time. Is this a rumor? Okay. Major alert. North Korea fires missiles, not shots. Missiles everywhere else, right? This is shots. What is a shot? Right? 50 cal. What is shots? All right. Or is this propaganda? Right? Because right now, all they're doing is running war games, right? Like everybody does. Like everybody's out doing right now. But right now, they are trying to make North Korea the big bad guy. What are they saying? North Korea supplied Russia with munitions. And who's feeding, giving money and ammo to the Ukraine? It's just so ridiculous that we're supposed to, this is supposed to be the bad guy. Or Iranian-backed Houthi rebel. Come on. Well, who is the, Babylon the Great is backing who? Everybody's backing somebody, but here's the big T. T-era. Right? Just ridiculous. All right? So, part of the war is rumors of war. Yeah? Propaganda. Take it away, Nate. 12 hours ago, Canadian prepper. Major alert, North Korea fires shots. U.S. bomber crash at nuclear base, evacuation, internet shutdown. Something's going on with this bomber crash that they ain't saying. They're keeping a lot of shit under wraps, like what may have happened at an airport in Yemen. Right? We haven't heard anything about that. Anyway, except for a New York prepper pulled it out of some flight log information or whatever. So take it away, Nate. What do you got?
Breaking news, emergency alert, late night emergency alert.
Emergency alert for what? They shot some mortars on an island? Come on. Come on. This is clickbait. Ridiculous. Rumor mill.
Appears as though we are about to see a war erupt on the Korean Peninsula, which may well go nuclear. This story just broke, and I had a whole presentation ready to go before this story. There was a B-1B nuclear-capable bomber that went down near Ellsworth Air Base, which is formerly known for housing nuclear weapons. It's going to be used for that purpose in the...
What housing nuclear weapons? Unless, I mean, what it's famous for is housing atomic weapons, and there's a difference between atomic and nuclear. Talk about Fat Man and Little Boy and what they had prior to the nukes. So, anyway.
Sure. Once again, for all intents and purposes, we can assume that it is incredibly strategic and it is incredibly suspicious that a $500 million nuclear-capable bomber could go down as a result of fog, as they're...
Yeah, it was probably a little $50 drone that took it down. They don't want to say that.
We also had a very mysterious nationwide internet glitch here today in Canada that I'll talk about. The Houthis have crossed the red...
The internet glitch goes into cyber warfare, right? Which is going on, right? Hacking, right? Leave the world behind. was about hacking, especially if you watch Mr. Robot, which is the prequel to Leave the World
Today, the final red line. They were given an ultimatum by the coalitional forces yesterday, and today they fired on a U.S. warship, which means, as per that ultimatum, that now there's going to be a military intervention, i.e., war. We also have to talk about a British Air Force colonel who suspects that the Ukraine is about to receive, if not has already received, approximately 60 F 16s.
What? You mean the American-backed Ukrainians? America's giving. See, a couple of missiles is one thing, right? But giving them F-16s, the delivery system to possible nukes. Who's the bad guy here? Who's the terrorist? Right? Isn't that what you're saying about Iran giving a couple of rockets to the Houthis? But you can with a straight face you can say that America's giving Ukraine F-16s, right, to go destroy Russia. But Russia's the bad guy for taking a couple of rocket launchers or whatever from North Korea. Come on, man. All right, are you paying attention?
To receive, if not has already received, approximately 60 F 16s, which the Russians have perceived.
Slovakia. Russians have perceived can carry nuclear bombs, nuclear missiles from the F-16 Slovakia.
Russians have perceived to be and expressed their concern that these are nuclear capable F 16s. We also have Biden passing an emergency legislation on cybersecurity for nuclear weapons. We have our inside source in military foodstuffs indicating that embassies continue to stockpile food for continuity of government planning. Of course, we broke that story back in September before the October 7th shit hit the fan. Canada has delayed all flights to Tel Aviv until April. Germany evacuating Lebanon. Poland is moving forces towards the Ukrainian border under the guise, of course, of an exercise. We have a massive attack that just took place on Crimea that the Russians claim was repelled, but this is getting incredibly serious. They're getting very close to busting that linchpin, which is the Kerch Bridge, and when that happens, we're a stone's throw away from nuclear Armageddon, if you ask me. Russia is using North Korean medium-range ballistic missiles. This is a huge step up from small arms ammunition, and then, of course, artillery rounds, and now they're using ballistic missiles. And they're also talking about, in talks with the Iranians, to get ballistic missiles from them, which likely means, guys, that Iran, North Korea are all now under that Russian, Sino-China nuclear umbrella. This is a major development today. And we also have GPS jamming abound everywhere from Kaliningrad to Ukraine. So this is big. Now, this incident that has transpired here on this island, this contested island, I don't know if I have an actual image of it offhand, like that's in higher resolution, but it's a small island. Apparently, there were North Korean warships, and don't quote me on this. This is fresh off the press. Again, I was about to do a presentation, and this news came up. And I'm not at all surprised. We've been talking about the North Korean escalation for months. Now, what's happened is the North Koreans have done some live fire drills, some exercises on this.
Why are we whooping and hollering about some exercises? Everybody right now is out doing exercises. But somehow North Korea is the big bad wolf because they're doing exercises? Come on. It's ridiculous. There are wars being fought right now. Okay? Russia is doing exercises on this side of the Black Sea, but on the other side, they're fighting an all-out war. So where does the line between exercises and war actually come into play. You understand? So I'll let a little more of this play and I'm going to cut it short because it's just more of the same, right? We're on the precipice, but they're still wargaming, right? When do they go live?
Around this island, and they've evacuated an island of 2,000 people, Yongpyang Island. Okay, so this is the island, and this is where it's located. So right along the demarcation line. So this situation, because I recall now that I should say, the South Korean Joint Chiefs of Staff have decided that they are going to retaliate in some way, in some show of force. Now, I need to reiterate this was not a direct attack. This was a live fire drill conducted near the island. Now, of course, we're going to play the victim and say, well, why were the North Koreans doing this? It's very likely that this was a tit for tat escalation, and Kim Jong un didn't roll out of bed one day and just say, okay, I'm going to provoke the nuclear submarines that are right on my border. It likely didn't happen that way. In fact, the South Koreans and the Americans have been doing these drills. They have nuclear submarines parked right on the borders there, and shit's getting very, very intense. And if you think that this doesn't involve China, then you're mistaken. This.
All right, good enough. Yeah, World War III is coming. Cut to the chase. Cut to the chase and bring it all out. We're just going to read what we started with. Jeremiah, right? Jeremiah 51:46. But do not panic, don't be afraid. When you hear the first rumor of approaching forces, well, hey, you got to wait. For rumors will keep coming year by year, and they have been. Remember Rocket Man? Violence will erupt in the land as leaders fight against each other. That's coming, but it's happening in stages, incrementally. Right? A little provocation here, a little propaganda here, a little rumor, a little whatever. You know, are we there yet? We're not quite there yet, but things are moving really fast. So keep your eyes peeled. All right, stay on your watch. All right, don't fall asleep while on guard duty. Somebody will break the perimeter and then we're all gone. Anyway, with that, we hope that the elect were edified. You see what's going on. North Korea was a nothing burger. Let's look at this real quick. What does this guy say? Crazy Paul and Adrian. Where's Paul and Adrian? Breaking news. This is probably going on right now. North Korea nothing burger. He jumped on there last night and said, oh, breaking news, North Korea nothing burger, Lil Kim taunts West. Yeah, it's just a little propaganda. See? Breaking news, North Korea update, big nothing burger. See? Rumor. Back to the rumor. A rumor shall come, right? Do not lose heart or be afraid when rumors are heard in the land. One rumor comes this year, another the next. Rumors of violence in the land and of ruler against ruler. So the prophecies are jumping off the page. And it's okay. All right. We know how it's all going to end. We know who's going to win World War III. We know who's going to be in rulership once the smoke clears, if you will. So with that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters. See you tomorrow. Shalom.